the Army's on its way. Held off and paid is loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the Army goes rolling along. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the Army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the Army's on its way. Down off the caves on its run. For wherever we go, you will always know that the Army goes rolling along.
Good afternoon. I'm Tom Holman. I'm the Acting Director for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE. As a career law enforcement officer, I want to begin by saying thank you. The work we've chosen, the job we do is tough, and I'm honored to serve alongside so many American patriots in this room today. To my fellow ICE officers and agents in this room, thank you for the privilege of serving alongside you. I want to especially recognize the Suffolk County PD, the Nassau County PD, the NYPD for their ongoing partnership in Operation Matador, which is dedicated to combating MS-13 in New York City and Long Island, and has thus so far resulted in over 100 arrests. Here in Long Island, ICE agents collaborate with both Nassau and Suffolk counties to work gang cases, share intelligence, and develop cases for prosecution. We're here today to send a clear message to MS-13 and all other criminal gangs. You are not welcome here, and you will not find safe harbor. President Trump has made it a priority to get these criminals off the street. And if they are in the U.S. illegally, out of the country. That's exactly what the men and women of ICE are going to do to keep America safe. Our efforts to target and dismantle MS-13 cannot be successful without strong partnerships between law enforcement agencies at the federal, state, and local levels. Let me be clear. We will be relentless in our pursuit of every member, associate, and leader of MS-13. From the command and control element in El Salvador to the lone gang member walking within our communities, We will target all of you. We will bring a laser focus to the absolute destruction of this cowardly organization that terrorizes the most vulnerable in our country. It's time for the victimization and the fear in our communities to end. However, it's time for every member of MS-13 to be in fear. Look over their shoulder, look in their rearview mirror, because ICE and its partners are coming hard, and we're coming strong. At this time, it is my privilege and honor to introduce a tremendous advocate for ICE, for the rule of law, an advocate for everybody in law enforcement, your Congressman, Peter King.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tom. What a great day to welcome President Trump back to Long Island. Tom, thank you for your great work, what you're doing with all the men and women of ICE. Let me also acknowledge the members of Congress who are traveling with me here today, one of whom you all know from the neighboring district, Congressman Lee Zeldin. Another guy's almost up in Canada, up in the Buffalo area, Erie County, Chris Collins. And then if you take the ferry boat over to Staten Island, you find Dan Donovan, a great guy. And let me acknowledge all the men and women of law enforcement here today, the local police, the state police, the federal law enforcement, for the outstanding job that you do. Let me thank you for your service, and let me tell you that you will have you can never have a greater advocate in the White House than President Trump. He is... President Trump knows that blue lives do matter. President Trump will always be in your corner. He will always have your back. MS-13 is a brutal gang of vicious murderers. And we have here today several family members, Freddie Cuevas, Evelyn Rodriguez. They have personally gone through the horrible anguish that resulted from these vicious murders that have been carried out. But I can tell you personally, from my conversations in the White House with President Trump, from phone calls he makes to my kitchen on a Sunday morning, that he is absolutely committed to devastating and decimating and destroying MS-13. This is an absolute obsession he has. Whenever you talk to him about it, he is absolutely dedicated, and he is going to get that job done. MS-13 is going to be destroyed, and we're not going to worry about political correctness. President Trump stands with the good people of Central Islip and Brentwood. He stands with the people of Long Island and with the people of America. He stands with us, he speaks for us, and he fights for us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if I would be allowed from one guy who grew up in Queens to another, it is my privilege to introduce the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. This is certainly being home for me. I spent a lot of time right here. I was in Queens, so I'd come here, and this was like the luxury location for me. And I love it. I love the people here. Even coming in from the airport, I sat with Nikki Haley, who's here someplace. Where's our Nikki? Ambassador Nikki Haley, who is so incredible. And she's seen crowds in her life, and she said, boy, those are really big crowds. Crowds of people all lining the streets all the way over to here, and it's really a special place. And so when I heard about this, I said, I want to do that one. But I really wanted to do it not because of location, but because, as you know, I am the big, big believer and admirer of the people in law enforcement, okay? From day one. From day one. We love our police, we love our sheriffs, and we love our ICE officers. And they have been working hard. Thank you. They have been working hard. Together, we're going to restore safety to our streets and peace to our communities. And we're going to destroy the vile criminal cartel MS-13 and many other gangs. But MS-13 is particularly violent. They don't like shooting people because it's too quick. It's too fast. I was reading one of these animals was caught and explaining they like to knife them and cut them and let them die slowly because that way it's more painful and they enjoy watching that much more. These are animals. We're joined today by police and sheriffs from Suffolk, Nassau, Dutchess, and Ulster counties, state police from New York and New Jersey, many of you I know, great friends, immigration and customs enforcement officers, and law enforcement personnel from a number of federal agencies. So we're loaded up with great people, that's what I call it. And I want to just tell you all together right now, and the reason I came, this is the most important sentence to me, on behalf of the American people, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I don't think you know how much the public respects and admires you. You're saving American lives every day, and we have your backs. Believe me, we have your backs 100%. Not like the old days. Not like the old days. You know, when you want to take over used military equipment, they were saying you couldn't do it. You know what I said? That was my first day. You can do it. In fact, that stuff is disappearing so fast we have none left. You guys know how to, you really knew how to get that. But that's my honor, and I'll tell you what, it's being put to good use. I especially want to thank ICE Director Tom Homan, who has done an incredible job in just a short period of time. Tom, get up here. I know you just spoke. Tom is determined to rid our nation of cartels and criminals who are preying on our citizens. And I can only say to Tom, keep up the great work. He's a tough guy. He's a tough cookie. Somebody said the other day, they saw him on television, they were interviewed after that. They said, he looks very nasty. He looks very mean. I said, that's what I'm looking for. That's exactly what I was looking for. And for that, I want to congratulate John Kelly, who has done an incredible job of Secretary of Homeland Security. Incredible. One of our real stars. Truly one of our stars. John Kelly is one of our great stars. You know, the border's down 78%. Under past administrations, the border didn't go down, it went up. But if it went down 1%, it was like this was a great thing. down 78%. And in fact, the southern border of Mexico, we did them a big favor, believe me. They get very little traffic in there anymore because they know they're not going to get through the border to the United States. So that whole group has been incredible, led by General Kelly. Let me also express our gratitude to the members of the New York delegation here today. Congressman Chris Collins, where's Chris? Where's Chris? Oh, Chris, right from the beginning, he said Trump is going to win. Trump is going to win. That's why I like him. I didn't like him that much before. Now I love him. I'll never. Dan Donovan. Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Dan. And Lee Zeldin, who I supported right from the beginning when they said he didn't have a chance of beating a pretty popular incumbent. And I saw him in a debate. I said, I think this guy's going to win. But he fought a pretty popular guy. And I said, I think he's going to win. And went heavy for him, and he won. And he won pretty easily, didn't you? Pretty good. I'm proud of you. Great job. And, of course, a legend, somebody that we all know very well, sort of my neighbor, because I consider him a neighbor. But he's really a great and highly respected man in Washington, Congressman Peter King. Peter. Very respected guy. He is a respected man that people like to ask opinions of. I do. Congressman King and his colleagues know the terrible pain and violence MS-13 has inflicted upon this community and this country. And if you remember, just a little more than 2 years ago, when I came down the escalator with Melania, and I made the speech, people coming into this country, everyone said, what does he know? What's he talking about? And there was Bedlam. Remember Bedlam? And then about 2 months later, they said, you know, he's right. So I'm honored to have brought it to everybody's attention. But the suffering and the pain that we were going through, and now you can look at the numbers, it's a whole different world. And it will get better and better and better because we've been able to start nipping it in the bud. We've nipped it in the bud. Let's call it start nipping it in the bud. And MS-13, the cartel, has spread gruesome bloodshed throughout the United States. We've gotten a lot of them out of here. Big, big percentage, but the rest are coming. They'll be out of here quickly, right? Quickly. Good. So I asked Tom on the plane. He was never in Air Force One. I said, how do you like it? He said, I like it. But I said, hey, Tom, let me ask you a question. How tough are these guys, MS-13? He said, they're nothing compared to my guys. Nothing. And that's what you need. Sometimes that's what you need, right? For many years, they exploited America's weak borders and lax immigration enforcement to bring drugs and violence to cities and towns all across America. They're there right now because of weak political leadership, weak policing, and in many cases because the police weren't allowed to do their job. I've met police that are great police that aren't allowed to do their job because they have a pathetic mayor or a mayor doesn't know what's going on. But yeah. Were you applauding for someone in particular? It's sad. It's sad. You look at what's happening, it's sad. But hopefully, certainly in the country, those days are over. You may have a little bit longer to wait. But from now on, we're going to enforce our laws, protect our borders, and support our police like our police have never been supported before. We're going to support you like you've never been supported before. Few communities have suffered worse at the hands of these MS-13 thugs than the people of Long Island. Hard to believe. I grew up on Long Island. I didn't know about this. And then all of a sudden, this is like a new phenomena. Our hearts and our nation grieve for the victims and their families. Since January 16, think of this. MS-13 gang members have brutally murdered 17 beautiful young lives in this area on Long Island alone. Think of it. They butchered those little girls. They kidnap, they extort, they rape, and they rob. They prey on children. They shouldn't be here. They stomp on their victims. They beat them with clubs. They slash them with machetes. And they stab them with knives. They have transformed peaceful parks, beautiful, quiet neighborhoods into blood-stained killing fields. They're animals. We cannot tolerate as a society the spilling of innocent, young, wonderful, vibrant people, sons and daughters, even husbands and wives. We cannot accept this violence one day more. Can't do it. And we're not going to do it. Because of you, we're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to allow it to happen. And we're backing you up 100%. Remember that. 100%. You believe that I'm saying that? I'm talking about liberating our towns. It's like I'd see in a movie. They're liberating the town. Like in the old Wild West, right? We're liberating our towns. I never thought I'd be standing.
All right, folks, I apologize for that, but
liberating.
With YouTube, nothing ever works, folks. Nothing ever works. They weren't allowing us to turn on the microphone. They censoring us. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff right now. I'm actually surprised if we're still on the air within the next few days. It's just craziness what's going on with YouTube. But we do have footage from inside the venue where President Trump is going to give his speech in just a few minutes. I'm going to be putting it up on your screen. The president is already in Kansas City. He has landed, so he's going to be there in the venue in just a few minutes. I'm going to be putting it up on your screen, like I said. So give me a second. While I do that, hopefully YouTube doesn't shut it down before I even get a chance to do it. But we'll try. But anyway, so here we go. Give me a second here. I'm going to put it up on your screen. So yeah, folks, it's just extreme censorship going on YouTube. It's just way out of control. Before, we used to have censorship from YouTube. And it would just be like, oh, demonetization, or, YouTube wouldn't allow one or two things to happen, or a video would get shut down or demonetized or anything like that. So that was the type of censorship we were facing. But now it comes to the point where we're not allowed to stream, even though we have streaming available. It just wouldn't allow it to go through. Another thing is that it wouldn't allow us to, stream certain things, or it'll shut us down, or it'll threaten to shut us down if we didn't stop streaming a certain type of speech from the president. And now it's just extreme, where it's just completely, where they're completely blacklisting us, not sending notifications, not unsubscribing people en masse. They're just doing so many things. But give me a second here while I figure last thing out real quick.
The towns on Long Island where I grew up. But that's what you're doing. And I can tell you, I saw some photos where Tom's guys, rough guys, they're rough, I don't want to be, say it because they'll say that's not politically correct. You're not allowed to have rough people doing this kind of work. We have to get, just like they don't want to have rich people at the head of Treasury, okay? Like I want a rich guy at the head of Treasury, right? I want a I want people that made a lot of money now to make a lot of money for our country. And by the way, as I was walking up, they just gave me the numbers. Our numbers were just came out this morning. GDP is up double from what it was in the first quarter. $2.6%. We're doing well. We're doing really well, and we took off all those restrictions, and some we're statutorily stuck with for a little while, but eventually that statute comes up, and we're going to be able to cut a lot more. But we've sort of liberated the world of creating jobs, like you're liberating us and the people that live in areas. But I have to say, one by one, we are indeed freeing up these great American towns and cities that are under siege from gang violence. Look at Los Angeles. Look at what's going on in Los Angeles. Look at Chicago. What is going on? Is anybody here from Chicago? We have to send some of you to Chicago, I think. What's going on? I mean, do you see what's happening there? Do we agree? Is this something maybe? Is this something? I have to tell you one Chicago story. So Chicago is having this unbelievable violence. People being killed, 4, 5, 6 in a weekend. And I'm saying, what is going on? And when I was running...
All right, folks. So now we have... I don't know what happened earlier, but now we have the footage. So I'm going to put it up on your screen. Here you go. This is live footage from the venue where President Trump is going to deliver his speech. He is at... It's called Project Safe Neighborhood Conference in Kansas City. So that's where he's at right now. He already landed in Kansas City, Missouri. And he's on his way to the venue, and he's going to be delivering his speech in just a few minutes. So make sure you guys please share the live stream on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Gab, on all of those social media sites. You guys sharing this live stream is what keeps us alive here on YouTube. That's the only thing that really does keep us alive and keep us streaming here on YouTube is you guys sharing the live stream. I know other channels, they focus on, give us money and give us money over and over and over again. But what we try to do here at Golden State Times is say, please just share the live stream. That's all you have to do. Just share the live stream. And hopefully we survive this. But yeah, so if you guys can please share the live stream on social media, that would be amazing. That's all we ask, folks. Contributions by Patriots that, you guys give contributions. We greatly, greatly appreciate that because that helps us not focus so much on YouTube censorship of them not allowing us to stream certain things. It just helps us focus on what we need to cover. What's the public interest? What does the public want to watch? What do you guys want to watch? So those contributions are greatly appreciated because we don't have to worry about YouTube censorship. But this type of censorship is different, where they are suppressing our live streams and suppressing our uploads on our channel and stuff like that. So, but you guys supporting us through sharing this live stream on social media, that's the only way we can fight YouTube and get through this type of censorship that we are in the middle of right now. So thank you so much for that. And also thank you so much to the moderators for keeping the chat clean and enjoyable for everyone. I hope that you guys enjoy, and the president should be coming out soon. Thank you. All right, folks. So if you guys share the live stream on Twitter or on Facebook, I'll be giving you guys a quick shout out as a thank you for your support. So if you guys can please share the live stream on Twitter or Facebook, I'll give you guys a quick shout out as a thank you. And also, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. That helps out the channel a lot too. And say hello on the chat. Don't be shy. And we'll see you guys on the chat.
March along, sing a song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might. And the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won. And the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cages loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the games on its front. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
All right, folks. So we're going to be giving a couple shout outs here as a thank you for sharing the live stream on social media. And it looks like we have Gail. Thank you so much, Gail. Also, Steve. Thank you so much, Steve, for sharing the live stream on social media. And let's see who else we have on here. We have Kevin. Thank you so much, Kevin, for sharing the live stream. We also have Corrado. Thank you so much. And Dingle. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Terrence, thank you so much, Terrence. We also have Gail. Thank you so much, Gail. And Tanya, thank you so much, Tanya, for sharing the live stream on social media. We have Hannah, and we have Digitalum. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Thank you so much, Troy. Also, Trump's Warrior, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Patricia and Deborah Nil, thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. We also have Suzanne. And Victoria, thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Let's see, who else do we have on here, folks? We have Deplorable Tiger Fan. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. We also have Post-War Stubble. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Thank you so much to Robin and also Troy once again, twice sharing the live stream. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Robin, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. And it looks like that's it for now, folks. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing the live stream, both on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Reddit, on all of those social media sites. You guys help us continue operation here on YouTube. We're greatly appreciated, and we'll see you on in the chat. All right, folks, we have more Patriots sharing the live stream. We have American Girl. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. We also have, let's see here, we have, I know that you always share the live stream, and I thank you so much, but I apologize for saying your name wrong. I'm going to say LaRosse26. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Hannah, thank you so much. Also, Truth is Make America Great Again. Thank you for sharing the live stream on social media. Jim, thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media, Jim. And everyone else sharing the live stream, thank you so much also. All right, folks, I'd like to give a couple more shout outs as a thank you for sharing the live stream. We have Lori. Thank you so much, Lori, for your support and sharing the live stream. Market.com. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Let's see who else we have. David. Thank you so much, David. And House Mouse. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Let's see who else do we have on here. Hannah. Thank you so much, Hannah, for sharing the live stream on social media. Rachel. Thank you so much, Rachel, for sharing the live stream. Coquito, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. We also have Patricia No Name and Tanya Bear. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. We also have Jim. Thank you so much, Jim. And Hannah, once again, for sharing the live stream. All right, folks, if you guys share the live stream on Twitter or on Facebook, I'll give you guys a quick shout out as a thank you for sharing the live stream on social media. It looks like we have some more. Hannah, once again, for the third time, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. You're amazing. And yeah, folks, so if you guys share the live stream on Facebook or on Twitter, I'll give you guys a quick shout out as a thank you for sharing the live stream on social media and helping us out here at Golden State Times. I saw this report. It actually started yesterday, I believe. Something about like an illegal alien working as a maid at Trump International or at Mar-a-Lago, I'm sorry. And now the media is like pasting it everywhere. So I really do not know what that is all about, but we'll have to see.
so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, I'd like to give a couple more shout outs here, but let me turn this down a little bit because it'll drown out what I'm trying to say here. All right, here we go, folks. So thank you so much to Debbie for sharing the live stream on social media. We also have Diana White, Justice for Tommy, and I thought I saw one more. Here we go. Thank you so much to InStyle Mom. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. We also have Donald Guy. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. And Walt Moore. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream, Walt. We also have Nikki, Witty Word Writer. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. We also have Brian, and we also have Hannah. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Thank you so much, folks, and I'll see you guys in the chat.
Gentlemen, please welcome the Acting Attorney General of the United States, Matt Whitaker.
Now I have the honor to introduce a leader who supports our law enforcement officers 100%. Donald Trump ran for office as a law and order candidate. The American people responded to that, and they spoke out loud and clear that they wanted to restore the rule of law and they wanted to be safe. As a law and order president. And let me say, as a point of personal privilege, that the president's selection of Bill Barr as the next Attorney General is a continuation of this law and order presidency. Bill is supremely qualified, highly respected at the Department of Justice, and will continue to support the men and women in blue. I commend the president for this excellent choice. much progress has already been made under the President's leadership. Crime is down and police morale is up. And we're just getting started. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our nation's highest law enforcement officer, the President of the United States.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much. I want to also thank Matt for the introduction. He's doing an excellent job. Really a leader, strong leader. I was also thrilled to announce earlier today that I am nominating, as Matt said, William Barr to take the helm as our new Attorney General. He's an outstanding man. Bill previously led the Justice Department with distinction as Attorney General under George H.W. Bush, following his unanimous confirmation by the United States Senate. During his tenure, he demonstrated an unwavering adherence to the rule of law, which the people in this room like to hear. There's no one more capable or more qualified for this role. He deserves overwhelming bipartisan support. I suspect he'll probably get it. I'm honored to be in Kansas City with the incredible men and women of law enforcement. I've been here a lot over the last couple of months. The U.S. attorneys, state, local prosecutors, police officers, sheriffs, deputies, and federal agents who keep our country safe. You keep America safe. And you maybe don't hear it enough or sometimes don't feel it enough. You do an incredible job. The people in this country know it, and they love you. Just remember that. So true. On behalf of a grateful nation, I just want to say that we thank you, we salute you, and we stand with you 100%, all of us, me and all of us. We're here today to restore one of the most effective crime prevention strategies in America, Project Safe Neighborhoods. This initiative brings law enforcement, community groups, and local leaders together to get the most violent criminals in the most dangerous areas off the streets and behind bars. After many years of neglect, we are bringing back this life-saving program stronger than ever before. Today is the first nationwide meeting of Project Safe Neighborhoods in 8 years. And here with us is the man who started this visionary project all the way back in 2001, former Attorney General John Ashcroft. Where's John? Where's John? Great, John. I've been here a lot lately, John, huh? Been here a lot. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for a great job. I also want to thank two members of my administration who are doing tremendous work. The head of ATF, Thomas Brandon, and the acting DEA administrator, Uttam Dillon. Please. Thank you, fellas. We're also joined by a great representative of the state, Congresswoman Vicky Hartzler. Helps me a lot. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Vicky. And we are especially excited to have with us the man who is your state's current Attorney General and newly elected United States Senator. That's why I've been here so much lately. Josh Hawley. Josh, thank you, Josh. And I will tell you, Josh really stepped up to the plate. You know, in life, you never know. You pick somebody, looks good, sounds good, think he's smart, and then they choke. They choke like dogs. And you say, what did I do? I picked the wrong person. Well, we saw a lot about Josh, and we thought he'd be great. And I'll tell you, he had a tough race against a very tough competitor. You know that. And he was absolutely fantastic. So I just want to congratulate you. And, you know, I keep listening to the fake news that they won the House. Nobody ever talks about the Senate. We won the Senate easily. In fact, we picked up 2. And that hasn't been done in a long time. For a person is president, you just, for whatever reason, that doesn't happen very often. And we have the Senate now 53 to 47. And we're very proud of that. But you never hear that. You only hear the House. And the nice part about having the Senate is when you have the Senate, your judges, you know, we've appointed many judges. We're just about at a record clip ever. And by the time I finish, we should have the all-time record, except, of course, on a percentage basis. You know who the best of all was, right? George Washington. 100%. He picked 100% of the judges. That's the only one that I won't be beating. Can never beat George. He's tough. 100%. I asked that question. I say, who had the greatest percentage of judge picks? And so far, I haven't had too many people guess it. But as soon as I say it, they say, I can't believe I didn't think of that. Finally, we are grateful to the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Missouri, Timothy Garrison. Where's Timothy? Timothy. Thank you, Timothy. Great job, Tim. Along with a very well-known person, Kansas City Police Chief Rick Smith, for hosting today's event. Thank you very much, fellas. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Everyone here today is committed to the same vital goal: liberating our communities from crime and securing the right of all citizens to live in safety and to live in peace. In the 2 years before I took office, the violent crime rate increased by 7%, and murders were up by over 20%. But we're turning it around very quickly, much quicker than anyone thought possible. At the core of our strategy is restoring respect for law enforcement. And there's nobody that deserves respect more than you people, that I can tell you. For too long, many politicians and radical activists have been smearing and slandering our police, making life easier for criminals and harder for law-abiding Americans. We will not tolerate attacks on the heroes who protect our streets and defend our communities. We will not allow it to happen. My administration has also made officer safety a top priority. We will protect those who protect us, and we will believe the right punishment, and we all do, for cop killers is called the death penalty. And you know, in some circles, that's very controversial to say that. You have all of the television cameras rolling back there. For me, it's not even a little bit controversial. You kill a cop, and it's called the death penalty, okay? At the same time, we are ensuring you have the resources you need to do your jobs properly. We have added nearly 200 new violent crime prosecutors across the country. We have made more than $600 million worth of surplus military equipment available to law enforcement that, as you know, the previous administration would not allow you to have. It was sitting in storage houses and warehouses all over the country, getting old and gaining dust. Beautiful stuff, and they didn't like it because it made you look too strong. And I liked it because it made you safe. And now it's been distributed all over the country to the police, and you're using it very well and very judiciously, and we appreciate it. We increased funding for Project Safe Neighborhoods to $50 million this year, and we're asking Congress to add an additional increase for next year. That will happen. We secured $6 billion in new funding to combat opioids, the most in history. And speaking of that, Kellyanne Conway is here, a very special person. Where's Kellyanne? Is she around here someplace? Stand up, Kellyanne. She's worked so hard with Melania, the First Lady, and they're working very hard. And thank you, Kellyanne. Great job. We've increased the average sentence for drug trafficking to its highest level since 2013. I signed landmark anti-drug legislation that included the STOP Act to help prevent fentanyl from entering our country through the mail service. And at my recent meeting that you all read about 3 days ago with President Xi of China, this took place in Argentina at the G20, President Xi agreed to criminalize and make all fentanyl in China controlled, meaning it's a controlled substance, such a big event. And it was really considered an industrial agent. It was not criminal at all. He's agreed to make it a controlled substance and the highest criminality. And that would bring into play, again, the words death penalty, from no penalty to death penalty. And that's the way our meeting went. And I appreciate President Xi doing that very much, because we lose about 80,000 people a year to fentanyl. So now they can send it, but they get caught, they're going to get the death penalty. I have a feeling you're going to see it go down very rapidly, very, very rapidly. It's a terrible thing. This year, thanks to the efforts of everyone in this room, I'm proud to report a new all-time record for the prosecution of violent crime. You also prosecuted 15,300 defendants for federal gun crimes, almost 20% more than the previous record. In partnership with the federal government, local law enforcement is also making tremendous historic strides. Here today is Wilmington Police Chief Bob Tracy. Where's Bob? Hi, Bob. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. When a vicious gang member shot and killed 2 people in Wilmington last February, investigators used the ATF's ballistic database to match the shell casings to another shooting and bring the killer to justice. Amazing job. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Over the past year, shootings in Wilmington are down nearly 60%, and firearm murders are down over 35%. Thank you, Chief Tracy, for your unbelievable work. We're reading about it, we're seeing it, and it really is exceptional. Thank you very much. Thank you. An important milestone in our campaign to make America safe again is the reduction in the murder rate. Murders in America's largest cities are projected to drop by more than 8% compared to 2016, a remarkable turnaround in just 2 short years. And you are the ones who have really made it possible. We've given you certain advantages that you didn't have before this administration, but you have made it possible. With us today is U.S. Attorney Maria Chapa Lopez. Maria, where's Maria? Thank you, Maria. Great. Maria assembled a team from the IRS, the FBI, and Tampa Police to take down a violent street gang in Tampa, Florida. Thanks to this collaborative effort, 11 gang members are now facing hard time in prison. Maria, great job. We've all been reading about it. Very, very exceptional. Thank you. Thank you very much. James Clark with the Better Family Life Initiative is here as well. James, thank you very much, James. James works with schools, churches, family members, and friends to de-escalate conflicts and stop violence before it happens. A very dangerous thing he does. But he's not afraid. You're not afraid, are you, James? It's just a day in the office, right? Stand up again, James. That's not easy. That's not easy. And James and his team have successfully ended more than 50 ongoing escalating gun battles between rival gangs right here in St. Louis. James, great job. It's really incredible what you do. And everybody in this room appreciates it. Thank you very much. And all over the country, they appreciate it, James. As part of our comprehensive crime reduction strategy, we are reforming the prison system to help more former inmates get on the right track. We all benefit when those who have served their time can find a job, support their families, and stay the hell out of jail, right? That's what we want. Stay out of jail. That's why I have called on Congress to pass the First Step Act so that more inmates gain the skills they need to become productive, law-abiding citizens. And we've helped them a lot by creating one of the greatest economies, maybe the best economy this country's ever had. Our jobless rate is now down to 3.7%. And by the way, in Missouri, I was just told by Josh, it's at 3.2%, which is the lowest in the history of the state. So now when people get out of prison, rather than not being able to find a job, some employers, frankly, are forced to hire people that maybe they wouldn't normally do. And the reports coming back are incredible. I have one particular person that says it's hired 7 people, and he just is thrilled. He can't even believe it. We're giving them a chance. And the economy is maybe, it's a beneficiary, but it's also one of the reasons that it's working so well. So we're very proud. It's a lot of good reasons to have an economy that's so good, but that's maybe toward the top of the list as far as I'm concerned. We know it's possible for former prisoners to turn their lives around because their safe neighborhood partners really make it happen every single day. Deborah Daniels is the co-founder of Offender Alumni Association in the great state of Georgia. Hi, Deborah. Through peer-to-peer networking, coaching, and support, Deborah and her team have helped more than 650 former offenders start new lives as law-abiding members of society. It's an incredible story. I've read the story. I've seen it. Many of you have seen it. Thank you, Deborah, for giving these Americans a true second chance, and in some cases, you could say a third chance at a good life. Thank you, Deborah, very much. Thank you. The amazing results of Project Safe Neighborhoods prove just how critical it is to foster cooperation among law enforcement at every single level of government. Nowhere is this cooperation more important than when it comes to enforcing our nation's immigration laws. You've been reading a lot about immigration, haven't you, folks? But we're getting it. We're really getting it. We're being strong on the border. We could use a little help, but we're being strong on the border. A lot of brave people working with us on the border. Every day, our brave ICE officers are working with the state and local partners to get some of the world's most violent criminals off our streets, and we get them the hell out of our country. We get them out. Since I took office, ICE agents have arrested over 235,000 aliens with criminal records. Think of that, 235,000. And then you have a lot on the Democrat side. They're saying, we don't want to respect ICE. We want to get rid of ICE. We're not getting rid of ICE. They're going to be with us. They're heroes. They're heroes. Think of that, though, 235,000. And that includes those charged and convicted of more than 100,000 assaults and over 4,000 murders. Last year alone, ICE and Border Patrol seized more than 2.8 million pounds of illicit narcotics, and we have quadrupled the seizures of fentanyl. And now with our new deal with President Xi of China, maybe we won't even have to worry about that so much. I think you're going to see that coming down at numbers that are pretty unbelievable. Removing these deadly poisons and vicious predators from our neighborhoods depends upon partnerships with local communities and their elected leaders and officials. Unfortunately, there are extreme politicians in cities and states around America, I'm sure you haven't heard about this, who have issued policies to forbid their police departments from working with federal immigration authorities. Hard to believe, isn't it? These outrageous sanctuary cities are grave threats to public safety and national security. Each year, sanctuary cities release thousands of known criminal aliens from their custody and right back into the community. So they put them in and they have them and they let them go, and drives you people a little bit crazy, doesn't it, huh? But it's changing. It's all changing. You look at what's going on in California, many people are demanding that they not be a part of a sanctuary city. They don't want sanctuary cities. It's happening by its own. American politicians should protect American citizens, not criminal aliens. Not one more American life should be stolen because of radical politicians pursuing their open borders agenda. Nearly 100% of the heroin in our country comes across the southern border, killing 300 Americans at least a week. A week. According to the Council of Economic Advisors, this illegal heroin costs our country $238 billion in 2016 alone. Think of that. And we're talking about a wall for $20 billion, $15 billion. I could even do it cheaper if I have to. And it'll be better than anybody's ever seen a wall. Think of that. You're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars, and you're talking about a fraction. You'd make it up in a month by having a proper wall. You see what's happening. You see where they're surging, and our great people are able to easily handle it. Without the wall, it gets tougher, but you know what? They still handle it. Illegal immigration is a threat to the well-being of every American community, threatening innocent families, overwhelming public resources, and draining the federal treasury. Congress must fully fund border security and the year-ending funding bill. We have to get this done. They're playing games. They're playing political games. I actually think the politics of what they're doing is very bad for them, but we're going to very soon find out. Maybe I'm not right, but usually I'm right. Like I said, I'm going to win for president. And some people said that won't happen, and guess what? Look who's up here now, folks. But this includes fully funding our great ICE officers, ICE attorneys, border agents, detention beds, equipment, technology, and life-saving border wall, which we need more than ever. We need it more than ever. When you see these caravans of thousands and thousands of people, they like to minimize it on the fake news, but you have tremendous amounts of people coming up, and it's incredible. And oftentimes they'll keep the cameras low. I know every trick. They've taught me. I know every trick. They'll put women and children in the front row, and they'll have those cameras nice and low. So number one, it doesn't look like a big crowd. Number two, all you see is women and children. And they say, "You're such bad people. I'm such a bad person." But behind that front couple of rows, you got some tough people. You saw the mayor of Tijuana. He said, "These are tough people. You talk to them and we end up in fights. These are tough people." We don't want them coming into our country. We want great people coming in. Some of them would be great people. We need people because we have so many companies coming into our country. Car companies are pouring in. They're all coming in. A big announcement by Fiat Chrysler the other day. They're going to move into Michigan with a massive new plant. A lot of things are happening. We need people at 3.7% unemployment. But they have to be brought in the legal way, and they have to be, we talk merit. We want to bring them in through merit. We want people that can love our country and people that can help our country. It's all very simple. To me, it's very simple. Every American citizen is entitled to a safe community and a secure border. Here in the audience today are three trailblazing leaders, they truly are, who are working to dismantle MS-13 over the past 2 years. They've helped so much. They've done such an incredible job. 29 MS-13 members have been charged and convicted just recently, despite being targeted for retaliation. These three patriots are U.S. Attorney Zach Terwilliger. Where's Zach? Tell us, Zach. Heard great things about you. Herndon Police Sergeant Claudio Shaha. Thank you, Claudio. Thank you very much. And Fairfax County Police Detective Ray Betts. Thank you. Thank you. All three, thank you very much. As president, nothing is more important than protecting the security of our nation and its citizens. So to every federal law enforcement officer who is on the front lines of that mission, to the U.S. Marshals, ATF agents, immigration officers, FBI, DEA, and all state and local authorities who proudly wear this incredible uniform. It's really the uniform of our country. I say, keep up the great work. You know that my administration will always have your back. We will never, ever let you down. In the most hazardous moments, in the high-speed chases and the high-stakes courtrooms, in darkened alleys and late-night stakeouts, you are always there and always keeping watch over us. Our people love you. They love you. You don't hear it, but they love you. You never let us down, and we will never let you down. You bring criminals to justice and peace to our streets. You are the reason Americans sleep soundly in their beds at night, and you are the ones making America stronger and prouder and safer and greater than ever before. We are making America greater than ever before. We are respected again as a nation. We love our law enforcement. I just want to thank you all for being here. It's my great honor to be before you, and God bless the United States of America. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, folks, thank you very much for joining us and choosing us as your stream of choice. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe and click the notification bell. We hope that you guys enjoyed our coverage. We cover everything from the White House, State Department, Pentagon, everything that has to do with politics and breaking news. We actually broke the news of Heather Nauert back in October when Nikki Haley stepped down. I think it was like 24 hours after she stepped down, I went on microphone in one of our live streams and said Heather Nauert's going to be the new UN ambassador, and it got confirmed this morning by President Trump. A person that I did not expect to become the Attorney General is William Barr, but the president chose him. I don't know why. A lot of people believe it's a terrible choice, but we'll just have to see what he has in store for that. But we'll continue our coverage on our website at goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's goldenstatetimes.com. We're going to be updating a whole bunch of news articles. We're going to be publishing a bunch of news articles. So everything that we cover is on our website, goldenstatetimes.com. On YouTube, because of the censorship, because of everything that's going on, we are only going to cover live streams, President Trump's speeches, Trump rallies, press briefings, press conferences, everything that has to do with politics and news, but only as a live stream. Because there is so much extreme censorship going on our channel through YouTube that is making it extremely difficult for us to continue operation here on YouTube. So we are putting all of our effort, all of our time, and all of everything that we have on our website at goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's goldenstatetimes.com. That's where we're going to be publishing all of our news going forward, because we just can't survive on YouTube. It's just impossible. The censorship is so extreme that that is making it extremely difficult for us to continue here on YouTube. But we are working very, very hard on our website. We try to keep our website up to date on everything that is going on, from scoops to breaking news to stuff that we cover here on YouTube and stuff that we cover on our social media sites, on Twitter or on Facebook. So make sure that you guys like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter if you haven't, and make sure that you guys also add yourselves to our group on Facebook. It's called Citizen Reporter on Facebook. So if you look it up on the search, you put in Citizen Reporter, and you'll see that, it's our group here at Golden State Times. We have, I think, 214 people on that group already. So it's a very good start. So on that group, we post everything from scoops to breaking news to special live streams and stuff like that. So if you like to join that group, it's Citizen Reporter on Facebook. So make sure you guys add yourselves to that, and I'll be adding you if you request to be added. So thank you so much again for joining us, choosing us as your stream of choice. If you'd like to help out Golden State Times, the link is in the description below, or you can go to paypal.me/GST Live. Again, that's paypal.me/GST Live. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, moderators. And we hope that we can continue here, continue our operation here on YouTube. But as of right now, it's looking very, 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 very bad. But we will try. We are not going anywhere at all. We will continue breaking news. We will continue covering President Trump. We'll continue covering the White House. We'll continue all that stuff. But we're trying now to focus more on our own website and not have to rely on YouTube, leftist YouTube, and leftist Google. So hopefully one day our website will sustain itself to the point where we don't have to focus on anybody else other than ourselves, and bring you guys the best news we possibly can. Breaking news, scoops, all that stuff first before anybody else. I want to take that very seriously, where I want to bring out news and I want to break news and I want to bring you guys scoops before anybody else on social media or anybody else on, the fake news media and stuff like that. So we want to work very, very hard. So if you'd like to help us, the link is in the description below. Thank you so much, folks, and I'll see you soon. Peace.